My name is Megan Dion. I am the Public Art and Artist Program Specialist with the Nebraska Arts Council, and welcome to the Fred Simon Gallery, which is located in the Nebraska Arts Council offices in the Old Market in Omaha, Nebraska. The Nebraska Arts Council is a state agency that offers programs, grants, and opportunities that foster creativity across the state. One of our programs is the Fred Simon Gallery, and we feature exhibitions by artists dealing with all different content and mediums and from all over the state. Right now, we're going to hear from our current exhibiting artist about the work that they create for this gallery and in their studio practice and why they do that. So we look forward to seeing you at the Fred Simon Gallery and the Nebraska Arts Council very soon.
Hi everybody, I'm Karien Bredenkamp.
And I'm Jeff Sedrel.
We just wanted to invite you to come check out our show, The Unfolding, here at the Fred Simon Gallery.
We got the name because Unfolding sort of relates to both of our pieces we have here. For mine, I did a series of drawings of bouquets over the course of a week or two and drew them in their various stages of unfolding.
And for me, the unfolding is more, refers to the unfolding of your subconscious and figuring out like what specific symbols mean to you. So it's more of a personal unfolding. So that's kind of how we tied the themes together. So I have 39 original illustrations here on display. Everything is done with a very fine tip rotring marker. I think it's like 1/4 millimeter thick. And all my work is done and shaded through stippling, so it's tiny little dots. And we have I have two walls in a grid layout, and it encourages you to kind of look at the whole, or look at all of them together as a whole and see what all the symbols bring up.
So my work, in contrast, I have 7 pieces in this show, 4 screen print editions, and 3 drawings. This is a drawing that is ink and brush. So whereas Karien's work is a lot more tight and stipply, mine is like a lot more open brush work, a lot looser, more from life, less, has a less subconscious element. It's more direct. I like to paint and draw in the moment. So these all take place right at the time that I'm drawing. There's no pencil sketch or anything. This is just straight brush on paper. The screen prints are drawings from my sketchbook that I have enlarged and then printed myself. But this drawing and the other 2 drawings in the other room are this size ink and brush.
Okay, so one question I get often is how I come up with my ideas. And what I usually do is I have various methods of engaging with my subconscious. Sometimes a symbol just pops up in my subconscious and kind of sticks with me, and usually I spend a couple of days or up to a week engaging with it through various methods. One method I can mention is, it's actually coined by Carl Jung. It's called active imagination. It's where you take the symbol and you kind of run with it without judgment, and it's almost like a active dream state. And then I just kind of feel out, I engage with it, seeing what symbols would work well with it. I like creating whimsical illustrations, things that would spark like a smile in the mind. So one thing that fascinates me is hearing what other people's interpretations are, because everybody has different associations with all the symbols and different cultural backgrounds, different histories. So everybody who looks at it would interpret it in a different way, and it could have a completely different meaning to 2 different people who look at it. And that's one of the things that I love about the art is it speaks to such a wide audience, and it's so personal.
So for this show, I chose to draw lilies. This is the first screen print. I titled it First Open. As you can see, there's a few lilies that haven't opened and one that has. And when we sort of got to the theme of unfolding, I thought that lilies would be a good example of an unfolding flower, obviously. And I could draw them over time, over various states of unfolding. The flowers I just get from the market myself, and I arrange them and draw them in no specific fashion, but I do like to keep bouquets around the house. So the choice to do black and white for this show was sort of to bring all the work together. I do a lot of color, sort of abstracted floral paintings throughout the rest of my practice, and I thought for this show it'd be fun to do just black and white. And I do have sort of a heavy hand when it comes to drawing, and obviously since there's not color in these bouquets, I wanted to show them sort of in a different way and sort of abstract them a little bit to make them interesting. Composition is probably the number one thing I consider when making the paintings. So just overall balance and a lot of dark, bold spots next to a lot of more open area, sort of create a more cohesive composition.
So another part of my process is to actually create poetry based on my illustrations. There's a term for this, it's called ekphrastic poetry. It can be poetry in response to any visual art. So what I do is, once I've created the illustration, I take a step back as if I'm a stranger seeing it for the first time. And then I write poetry based on that illustration. So it's pretty interesting to see what comes up in those. And I published my first book this year. It's called Enigma, which contains 56 illustrations with poetry combined. And that is available on my website, which is linked with the QR code. And I would love it if you support that. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this artist talk. And we just want to invite you, if you have any more questions, reach out to us on social media or through our websites, and we hope you make the trip down to the Riverwalk to come check out our show.
Thanks.